All right, so we have a gigantic problem here that requires fixing. Now the problem is we don't know where this request is coming from, whether because remember, this same file is used twice. We come to this when accepting a request from somebody who wants to join a group, but this time we're using it for an invite, which is similar to a request, because both times when somebody requests or somebody is invited, it doesn't really matter whether they were invited or they requested to join. At the end of the day, you still just have to accept or decline their offer. So that's why we've resolved to use the same page. So the problem is this page is agnostic because it doesn't know where this request is coming from. Is this somebody who requested to join the group, or were they simply invited? In both cases, they are using different tables to get the source of information. So this means that even though we have added an extra item here to the function, we cannot fill in the proper data for that one because we really don't know where this request is coming from. So let's go back to our functions here, and we simply need to delete that not functions but group class. So we simply need to delete this type here of request. It's completely pointless. Okay, so let's figure out a different solution. So here what I will do first is delete a few things. So for example, this action is equal to accept. We will have to remove this and remove its own else statement and remove the closing tag there. Okay, that way we are... Oh, are we back to normal? Wait a minute, let me undo this for a second. Okay, so I removed the wrong thing. I had removed action is equal to accept, which I shouldn't be. I should have removed type is equal to request. So out there, and out there. Okay, we are in business now. Now the thing is, we can use the same idea that we used here, where we don't care whichever table it is, as long as the record is found, it will be updated. So I think we will do the same thing here. The problem is that if we don't find it in one, then we're going to insert, and then we may find it here, and then we're going to insert again. So we may end up with two records that we don't need. So this means we only need this insert once, insert into group. Okay, we only need it once. Now the reason we're going to need it is if we don't find a record in both cases, then we will need it. So what I will do is I will remove this else statement at the bottom, or instead of removing it, just lower it down so I can put a different if statement here. And I'm just going to say if, let's create a variable saying not found, like so. Okay, so we're going to say if not found, then insert. Then let's create the not found thing here, right there. Not found is equal to true. Maybe we start with that. Okay. So not found starts off as true. So if none of this happens here, nothing happens here, not found will be true, and it's going to insert. Okay, so now where it's inserting is supposed to be group members, so I think I changed too many of these. I should have left it the way this was here. So just to be sure, I will replace everything with that one that has group members. Okay, so it's insert into group members. Okay, then what I will do now is remove this one here because now this is redundant. Okay, I think we are getting there slowly. And then we have to give a possibility for not found to be equal to false. So here, if I do this, then it was found. So not found becomes false. And also here, not found becomes false, which means this will not run. Okay, so let's go through what we've done here for a second. So there are two instances where we're going to go through accept. The first instance is when wait a minute, this is group members, right? Update group members. Select from group members where, oh, wait a minute, I think I was mistaken here. We don't actually need any of these. Let's see, update group members. Yeah, actually we don't need any of this. Select all from group invites. Wait a minute. I think I changed too many of these things. Disabled is 0. Okay, so I think I made a mistake there. That table should be group, not group members, but group requests, like that. Give me a second here. You see, I'm getting confused with my own code. Now, this is why I could take this opportunity to create a case for leaving comments in your code. So put as much comments as you can in your code, because a while later you're going to come back and not know what exactly is going on in your code. So remember to put as many comments as you need, so that the next time you come back you will know exactly what's happening here and not get confused like I am getting confused here. Okay, so let me go slowly line by line here and understand what's going on. So the first thing we do is, if an action says accept, so if it's to accept a user as a member, all we have to do is add a record of membership to group members. So here I think what we're doing is requesting first to see if a record already exists. That way we can enable it by setting disabled to 0. So which means here this was correct, it's supposed to be group members. Okay, so we're getting somewhere. So what all this tells me is that it's really agnostic here. I should remove all this and it's pointless. So back to here, not found is equal to true, because at this point if I add a record, if the record already existed in the members area, then once I update that, then I'm done, you know, I don't need to do anything else. Okay, but then we have to check a second time. No, we don't really need to check a second time. Once I finish there, I'm done. And then if the record did not exist, then this will not work. What will work instead is this. Okay. I see what's going on. So which means this part here is entirely unnecessary. All I need here is an else statement, like so. I don't even need an if statement there. I just need it to be else. Okay, so let's recap a little bit. So let's imagine this request is coming from a group request. Okay, not an invitation, but a request. So it won't matter at this point, because the request here, it's going to disable the original source, which is good. But if it comes from an invite, it's going to disable the invite section as well, which is good. So both of these are covered. But then if we are accepting, then it doesn't matter the source because we already have all the information we need. We have the user ID, we have the group ID, so we can insert those, and the row is equal to member. So this is all the information we need. So we don't need the source to get the information from there. So all we need to do is just check if a record that is available in members, set it to disabled, to enabled in this case, if it's available, or if it's not, then we insert a new one. So I think we are done here. But we are never done until we actually do the test. So refresh and let's accept this member. So now, as you can see, we have 3 members here. Very good. Okay, so that was a wild ride. Almost forgot what I was doing there for a second, but finally we came through. So this one is a member, that's a member, and so on. Okay, looks pretty good.